Hello friends, welcome to JK Sports India YouTube channel, and this is your favorite cricket show, the Kumbi Jiko Show, where K Srinath, cricketer turned umpire, and I will preview India's last but inconsequential Group A match against Oman to be played on Friday in Abu Dhabi. India and Pakistan from Group A have sealed their Super 4 spots, whereas it is still open with 2 out of Sri Lanka, Bangladesh and Afghanistan making it to next stage from Group B. Sri, welcome to this episode of the Kumbi Jikku Show. India versus Oman. What do you make of that upcoming match scheduled on Friday in Abu Dhabi?
Well, what do you make of it? I think India would want to keep the, continue the habit of winning, keeping the record clean. And it would be a very similar case where India opened their campaign against UAE in the first game, and they play Oman now. Every game at the international level is a serious one, and certainly it will go down in the record books as an international game. As far as Oman is concerned, I think they are still finding their feet in international arena. Very early days for them. And yes, historically, this is going to be the first time India faces off Oman at the international stage. So big stage for Oman. They have a lot to prove, nothing to lose. Certainly, they would come out on the park to put up a fight, at least to say that they could put up a fight against a big side like India. As far as India is concerned, they certainly would not like to get into the habit of being complacent because they were grouped with 4 teams, which had only Pakistan in that. Apart from that, it was 2 non-test playing nations in UAE and Oman. So certainly the winning habit is what India would like to continue. And as I said, for Oman, this is a massive game.
I don't see India being tested again, and going into Super 4, India would be going into that next stage without being tested at all. It has been an easy victory against UAE. People thought there would be some contest against Pakistan, but that also turned out to be a no contest for India. And Oman, unless a miracle happens, it is going to be another breeze for India. Do you expect changes in the playing 11? I for sure expect Bumrah to be rested for this inconsequential match. Give maybe Harshit Rana or Arshaddeep Singh a game. What is your likely 11 for India against Oman?
I foresee only one change, and as you mentioned, Bumrah would be given a rest, and Arshdeep would be drafted into the side, because it's been a long time since Arshdeep has had a game under his belt. 5 games in England, he sat out on red ball cricket, and till recently, Varun Chakravarti took over as the number 1 T20 bowler. It was Arshdeep for India for a very long time. So that's the only change I would look at. You spoke about consequences. I think the Indian bowlers have had a fair share of practice. Be it Akshar Patel or Kuldeep Yadav or Varun Chakravarti, be it Bumrah, Hardik Pandya. We even saw Shivam Dube roll his arm over in the first game against UAE. But the issue is with the batting. But for Shubman Gill and Abhishek Sharma, Surya had a brief hit against Pakistan in the second game. The batting order has not been tested. Shivam Dube had a brief stint in the middle. Still the likes of Sanju Samson, Hardik Pandya, Akshar Patel, nobody's had a hit in the middle. So to me, again, India is getting away from Dubai and playing in Abu Dhabi. The last 2 games, what we've seen, teams have defended scores of 170 and 150. So would India challenge themselves and, put themselves in a situation where they want to bat first, have a hit in the middle and ensure that, the middle order gets a decent hit. So that could be one possible scenario that India would look at. But otherwise, as you said, the playing 11, I see only one change. Instead of Bumrah, it would be Arshdeep Singh.
And within the batting order, would you change the batting order to give, say, somebody like Sanju Samson some hit before going to the crucial Super 4, where I'm sure they will be tested by either of Pakistan, hope they come better in the next stage, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan or Bangladesh. I'm sure they are going to test India. You see this happening, change in the batting order just to give them some game time, batting time in the middle. Something like an open nets for India against Oman.
Possibly, yes. It's definitely going to be an open net, and possibly, yes, we could see the likes of a Hardik or a Sanju get a hit in the middle. So there could be a little bit of a tweak in the batting order. But it all boils down to seeing who would be dismantled. Will they look at batting Shubman Gill down the order and push Sanju up, and push Hardik at number 4 and have somebody like Surya down the order? So it's a possible call that the management would certainly take, and there would have been discussions happening in and around the think tank now. But yes, certainly it would be worthwhile, at least to me, to give somebody like a Hardik and a Sanju a hit in the middle, because already, as I mentioned, Abhishek Sharma, Shubman Gill, and Surya, they've had decent outings in the middle in the last 2 games they've played.
And India-Oman on Friday, and after that, come Sunday, it is going to be another India versus Pakistan match, Super 4, A1 versus A2. How do you look at that? And Pakistan has not been playing well of late. Their top, like you have always mentioned, their batting is a big question mark. And we have seen Saim Ayub, of whom a lot was expected with the bat. He has been falling for 0, 0, and 0 in this tournament. Picking up wickets, yes, but he is expected to score runs, isn't it? So what do you think can happen in that upcoming match? Of course, we will do a preview of that a day before, but just India versus Pakistan, the thought of another India versus Pakistan come Sunday.
Certainly, it doesn't sound too thrilling, Jiku, because come what may, again, we play Pakistan on Sunday, and touch wood, if Pakistan qualifies for the finals, again, we're going to see another India-Pak game. As I mentioned in our review of the India-Pak game, I think this Pakistan team is looking far too much of a team which is work in progress. And they have struggled to get the combination right, as I mentioned, because their potency lies in their quality fast bowling. If you're not going to play Haris Rauf, if you're not going to play Hassan Ali and depend more on your spin attack, I think they are going to struggle. And as I always mention, it's a very inexperienced batting lineup. Far too much dependency on Fakhar Zaman in the top order there. The rest, they're all struggling to find their feet at this level. And adding to their woo, the pitches that have been, doled out for this particular Asia Cup because of the heat, the pitches are generally on the slower side. It's not conducive for hitting the ball on the, as we've seen, the highest score has been about 170, that too in Abu Dhabi. So, yes, not really that much of excitement that is building up like what was in the first game when India played Pakistan. Because the sort of cricket they've played so far has been pretty ordinary.
Talking about Pakistan, there has been so much going around the Pakistan team, right from no handshake with the Indian players before toss against India or even after the match. And they had some issues with the Zimbabwean referee, Andy Pycyoft. How do you read the entire situation? And you think better sense prevailed in the end with Pakistan even threatening to withdraw from the Asia Cup, but then better sense prevailing with them going ahead, though there was a delayed start to their match against UAE on Wednesday. How do you read the whole situation?
I mean, it's looking pretty peevish and, very amateur on behalf of Pakistan. Now, they spoke about the preamble, the spirit of the game. I mean, the preamble in the MCC law says, respect the game, respect your opponent, respect your captain, respect the opponent players. Nowhere does it mention saying that you need to have a handshake. The handshake post-game is just become a ritual, in the recent past. It's just that the players reciprocate after having played a hard a game of cricket. So I think trying to read too much into this, I thought it was, pretty naive on part of Pakistan. And later on, trying to throw tantrums and say that, it was Andy Pycyoft who had mentioned saying that there should be no handshakes up front during the toss. I mean, these are all reports that are appearing in the media and we are not sure of what has come. But ICC has put their foot down and said they would just not budge by pulling Andy Pycyoft off, the role of the referee in the Asia Cup, which Pakistan is involved. Because I worked with Andy in the IPL, I've seen him for a long time, and he's a lawyer by profession. He's a professional match referee. He's been with the ICC for more than a decade and a half, officiating more than 500 international games. So I mean, why would he get into that terrain? So and he need not be dictated by any home board to say as to what needs to happen at the toss or post toss. So due to that, the skipper of Pakistan, boycotting the press conference. I think that was stupid. And then from what we read, the ex-boss of PCB, Ramesh Raja, getting in a huddle with Mohsin Naqvi in Pakistan, trying to figure out what they wanted to do, whether they wanted to go play against UAE or boycott the game. I think there couldn't have been anything more stupid if Pakistan had just boycotted the game. So in sort of financial crisis, they had an issue when they hosted the World Cup with so much going around turmoil. I think they talk about, sport that needs to take the front seat. But they are the ones who are mixing more of politics into this. And we are seeing some very poor comments and unsavory comments being made by the former international cricketers in Pakistan. So I think it shows what sort of mindset they are in. So unless and until, now with the sort of state they are in, they just managed to beat UAE in the last game and qualify to the top 4. I think now their focus should be on how they need to get better and, get better on the cricket field to ensure they make it to the finals. Take it one game at a time, because they're going to meet India again on Sunday, and it could be Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, or Pakistan, 2 of the other 3 teams. So they need to get their act totally right from what they need to do on the field of play, and also mentally they need to be geared up to look at what best could be available for them in the Super Force.
Well said, Sri. Had Pakistan decided to withdraw, they would have been facing heavy financial repercussions, and they could not afford to do that. So better sense prevailed, and like you mentioned, hopefully they focus on cricket and leave everything else to the others, to the concerned authorities to handle it. No handshakes, certainly no issues for me at all, and for most of them. Like you said, it's just a practice that is not in the rule book. Fine, I'm fine with no handshakes, no fine, but play in the right spirit of the game and go ahead with it. So on that note, I'll let you go, Sri. Take care, and we'll catch up soon after the match against Oman. Hopefully, India will walk through Oman, if not run through. On that note, thanks, viewers. See you again. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you, Sri. Bye.
Thanks, Nico. Bye.